listening to our IT Hour with Encik Muhammad Diaudin, and our topic today is software engineer as a profession. Okay, Encik Diaudin, can you share with us how do software engineers spend their time on the job?
Okay. First thing that will come into software engineer, when we talk about software engineer, they will say, oh, software engineer is doing coding, programming. But it's not just that. Some studies said that software engineers only spend 10% of their time on writing codes. The rest 90% is spent on other areas of software engineering, whether as writing requirements, producing design documents, build prototypes, researching on new techniques of software engineering, writing test cases, anything to do with other areas of in software engineering besides just doing coding. So that's, I would say, how software engineers spend their time on their job. Some of them are done sequentially, and some of software engineers perform that task in a mixed kind of things lah. So some maybe one person can do coding while at the same time also do design document or build prototype.
Okay. Can you share with us why are there so many software engineers without the proper education? What I mean is proper software engineering education background.
Okay. If you look back into history, this crisis happened in around 1980s to 1990s, where we need to hire aggressively to recruit new software engineers, but the supply is less. So people from different backgrounds like electrical engineers, physics, were forced to jump into software engineer and understand quickly on the concept of software engineering and do whatever required by the role of software engineer. So more or less they can be a successful software engineer, but without proper knowledge, it's difficult to say that they can acknowledge the best practice of software engineering, and also to ensure that they can build a quality, high quality software. So just to add on the previous question just now, besides having a specific knowledge on software engineering, like software requirements, software testing, design, those software engineers who are working in certain domain, like if you are building software for medical, you should have knowledge on medical system. If you build software for banking, you need to have a knowledge on banking domain. So in a nutshell, it's ideal to have a software engineer with correct background, or with the suitable background from computer science, and also supported by the knowledge of the particular domain.
Okay, Cik Diaudin, we will take a small break, and after this we will continue more about our topic on software engineer as a profession. So stay tuned to our Radio UM. Is our Radio UM roaming across your mind? Thank you so much for still keep us company in IT Hour. Okay, Cik Diaudin, let's continue with our topic today on software engineer as a profession. Okay, is professional license required for software engineer? For example, if I would like to become a software engineer, is there any license that I need to have or not?
Okay, as far as my experience in the industry before, I've never heard that to become a software engineer you need to have a professional license, something like IR or some in the core engineering. But what I know, in certain places like Texas, they have a statement requires licensing engineers to who build the systems. They really states that to become a engineer, if you are involved in a project building a system, you need to have a professional license, or they so-called say it PE, professional engineer. But in the context of Malaysia industry, ICT industry, I've never heard about that requirement, but it's encourageable that those who are embarking on this profession, they should continue to pursue other area that for certification. Like if you are going into network, you can go for Cisco certified, or Microsoft can go for Microsoft certified, and others. That's the extent of certification related to software engineer that I've known till today.
Okay, can you share with us what is IEEE Computer Society CSDP certification is all about?
Okay, CSDP or Certified Software Development Professional is a professional certification provided by IEEE with the collaboration with ACM, Association for Computing Machinery. So why they are offering this software this certification is to provide those who are involved as a software engineer to have international accreditation that they are competent in all areas required to become a software engineer. I would share something from on the objective of the CSDP, such as they want to encourage self-assessment by offering guidelines, identify person with acceptable knowledge of software engineering. So that's what CSDP is offering to those who are going to become high competent software engineer. So, but it's not the only certification that they can pursue. Besides today, those who are working as software engineer, they can go for specialized certification for certain areas. Like if you are going seriously into requirement engineering, you can go to International Requirement Engineering Board to obtain certification on requirement engineering. They call it CPRE, Certified Professional in Requirement Engineering. If you are specializing into software testing, for example, you can go to International Software Testing Qualification Board, ISTQB, to obtain certified tester financial level. There are example of other certifications specializing on certain areas of software engineering.
Okay, Cik Diaudin, we will continue more after we take a small break, so stay around on our Radio UM.